Gang, 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 geek, geek, giddity, gang, gang. Welcome back, guys, on another video with me, the Queen, period. As you can see, your girl got her some feeding braids. You know, I'm always doing wigs, so I'm like, let me do a protective style so I could grow this hair. You know, like my hair been on the same length for, it's going on about to be 2 years since I did the chop. Like, well, it was good. Y'all put some hair growth tip below. I need to grow this hair. It needs to be down my back like Rapunzel, okay? But you guys already know the drill. If you are new here, hey, please don't forget to like, comment, and of course, if you like the content that I'm posting, subscribe. Please, we're on our road to 200, and I promise at my 200 subscriber, I'm going to do a big giveaway because you guys have been showing me so much love, supporting me a year ago ever since I started this channel, and I just love you guys, you know. And if you are returning, what's up? You don't forget to like, comment, and share this video, of course, so you can get me some new subscribers, bestie. Well, without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so before we start this video, y'all already know what to do. When it comes to my video, we gonna have a drink. When it comes to a drink, I'ma have it. Okay, cling. But it's another story time for y'all because I love telling stories because I feel like I've been through the craziest shit, and I like to share with people so you can learn from like my life experiences and just don't do what I did. You know what I'm saying? I like to give advice through my stories. So this story time is coming from when I was in college. So it was basically my senior year, actually. My mother freaking senior year, this dramatic shit happened. And I'm like, bruh, this is the last year. I'm trying to move the fuck out anyway. Why mama to me on my last year? So I'm about to talk about college roommate that I did not get along with at all, baby, at motherfucking all. Okay, and of course y'all know who I am. I don't drop names, so we gonna call her Cynthia. Okay, that ain't her name, but we gonna call her that. And I'm gonna try not to slip up like how I slip up in the last video. So of course, got my little Android phone with the notes on the story. So basically, like my school, they closed down now, right? But what they used to do, if you didn't want to, so if you didn't want to go home for the summer vacation, you had the option to stay on the campus during the summer. And of course, you had to pay, like, I forgot how much that money you had to pay or whatever to stay on campus so you could stay and work. So of course, mostly me and my friends, we would stay on campus because we get into that bag, we get into that motherfucking coin. You know what I'm saying? So we would all have to be staying on one dorm. So basically, they put everybody who want to stay in the summer, that you would stay in one dorm for like until around, I think August is when they move everybody out to like their regular place that you're gonna live in for the school year, preparing for September when the school opens. So basically, normally I was supposed to stay with one of my friends, but she had to move to another dorm. She had to move to another dorm. So at this time, I didn't have a roommate anymore. So basically, when it was like a couple of months, I didn't have a roommate. Then some girl had texted me, and it was like, oh, she's gonna be placed in my room, blah, 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 like when school comes. So basically I had the room to myself for one whole month. So she texted me like, oh, I'm gonna be in your room, stuff like that. And then she said she's like disabled, so she had to be inside of the bedroom, because basically we have like a bedroom and a common area. Common area is basically like the living room, but it's basically a room because it's a dorm. So yeah, so she said she wanted the bedroom. I'm like, all right. So and then after that, couple, like, I don't even know, like when school started, she didn't even move in. And then I don't know what, I think I had texted her, be like, oh, are you still moving? Blah, blah, blah. She was like, no, I'm not moving in no more. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I had the room to myself, I would say a good while. I don't even know exactly what month to 1 month because it happened like a couple years ago, but I would say I had the room at least for a good 4 to 5 months without having no roommates. So I'm like, yo, I might have this room to myself until I have to move out, because I was trying to move out of the dorm by like February or whatever. So I was in there at the time. I was with my ex-boyfriend, so he would be, you know, over and stuff like that. We would be enjoying the hell out of that dorm room, you know, because I was alone. So, long and behold, I got the news that Fatu did not want to hear, baby. I was getting a roommate. I said, oh, Lord. My ex told me, he was like, yo, just move into the bedroom before she come. Because he was like, this is, at the end of the day, you've been in here for how many months? So you have the senior priority to be in the bedroom or the common area. But I was, you know, me, I'm a scaredy cat. I'm like, nah, you know, I might get in trouble, blah, blah, blah. I should have listened. So basically, when, I don't know exactly how this happened, because, you know, my memory is kind of messed up. But basically, exactly when this, I don't know if I found out her name. Yeah, I think I found out her name. Brian, I said Brian. Lord, forgive me. The director of the dorms or whatever, of the dorm you was in, he had sent like, oh, you know, you got in a room and blah, 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 sent me the name. So I'm like, oh, I think I heard of this girl before. So my friend, one of my girls in my circle right now, basically was, telling me like, oh, this is the girl that basically had affiliations with her man at the time. Like the man she was with, this girl had affiliations with that same man, knowing that my friend and him was together. So we gonna open it up right here, right? So I already did not like this hoe, because you over here sleeping with my friend's man, knowing that he's unavailable. You already slept with him, whatever. And I already don't like her. So I'm like, oh, that's her. I gotta stay in a room with her. So I'm already turned the fuck up. I'm like, oh, hell nah. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like you. Anybody that do that to my friend, or you do anything to my friend, I don't like you. Period. Point blank. So I already don't like her, right? So basically, in the beginning, we introduced each other. You know, we introduced ourselves, blah, blah, blah. You know, I was cordial. I'm not finna come with the smoke, because we finna be living in the same area. I don't know if you're gonna come 1 o'clock in the morning and try to stab me in my chest. I don't know. So I had to be cordial with the girl. You know what I'm saying? So I was cordial with her. And for the first couple of days, it was all right. You know, even though I barely see her because she go to class, she work, blah, blah, blah. And then my area is blocked off with like a little curtain. So I barely would even interact with this girl. I don't even want to interact with her because I don't know her. But I saw like she had a man at the time. She was bringing her man inside the room, stuff like that. So basically, this girl, this is when it would begin, like the fucking bullshit. So she would come in mad late. So she was basically a culinary student. So she was basically working as a as a cook. So she would come in basically really late at night, around 1 a.m. in the morning. Her and her man, they would come in. You know, normal people would say, oh, my roommate sleeping in the common area, let me come respectful. No, this girl coming in, causing a commotion, loud as hell, laughing, while me and my ex-boyfriend is trying to sleep. We have work. I have school in the morning. What are you doing? When I come in late, I don't even know if I used to come in late, because that, you know, probably I did when I used to go out with my friends to parties, but I'm not coming in crazy. When I live with people, I'm very respectful of that person. Like, I'm gonna make sure I make small movements so you don't get woken up. But no, she didn't have no motherfucking intentions on somebody sleeping. So this is where I already was like, okay, I don't like this girl and you're doing this, we finna have a problem. So after that, one day her so one day her boyfriend had got up really early and he started playing music. I forgot the song, man. That shit was so fun. He started playing music 6 a.m. in the morning. 6 a.m. playing music loud as hell in the kitchen cleaning. I'm like, my nigga, I am still asleep. What are you doing? I'm still sleeping, sir. I'm looking at my fucking ex. I'm like, bro, what is this? So every time he would be ready to snap, I'm like, no, because at the end of the day, you don't live here. I live in this dorm. I ain't trying to get kicked out of this school because I have nowhere to go. And at the end of the day, we supposed to have visitors, but the way like our dorm was set up, like when we got to our senior year, we started living on the outside dorm, so we ain't had to worry about signing people in. So we bringing people in and out of our rooms with no issue. So I'm like, you're not supposed to even be there, so you won't get in trouble. So leave it alone. Like he would literally get upset, like, yo, I'ma snap one them for you. I'm like, nah, I'm good. So he did that. Then basically what she started doing is sometimes, I would cook for us or whatever. And sometimes you tired from work and school, you leave the dishes in there, you leave the dishes in the sink, but you fill it up with like some water, with some soap, so it's not in nobody's way. What this female used to do, what Cindy used to do, take my dishes, right? My dishes, and put them on the motherfucking ground, on the floor outside in the common. She'll put my dishes on the floor. The dishes that I eat, my motherfucking spoon, my fork, my plate, the stuff that I used to put my food in and eat, she used to put that shit on the floor. Why are you putting my dishes? Is either you'd come to me and be like, yo, can you move your dishes out the way? I'm trying to do something, blah, blah, blah. Or, why are you putting my shit on the floor? So now I'm feeling like, yo, this girl she have pressure. You don't like me, you have pressure. Because you're doing shit to antagonize me. And I'm a nice person. I'm getting upset. Literally, I'm telling everybody what I'm going through. My freaking friend circle knows. My best friend back in New York knows. My ex knows what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on with this girl. Like, what I'm going through with this roommate. And they're getting so mad. Everybody's ready to fight her. But I'm like, nah, chill. I ain't trying to cause a commotion. So one day, like, my ex, he got mad as fuck. And basically, he got petty. So one day, he got up 6 a.m. in the morning. And he started playing the same song that the guy, like her boyfriend at the time, played as well. And started cleaning and acting mad loud. So when he did that, they got woken up because they were sleeping. So he was like, all right, this is his opportunity. So I'm like, oh, Lord, can you just stop? The man ain't want to stop. They had got woken up in there because he was causing a goddamn commotion. So the guy ended up walking out. He ended up walking out the dorm, slamming the door like he was so mad. But I'm like, you did that same thing to us. So you just got a taste of your own medicine, little boy. And these bitches, and then they were young as fuck. Like, bitch, I'm older than you. Respect your motherfucking elders, okay? I'm a senior. I think she was a sophomore. I don't know what, but I was older than you, and I was finna leave the school anyway. So please, I ain't got time to play with little girls that's beneath me. I don't. So after she did that or whatever, this girl literally, she would take pictures. Oh my God, just remember this in my mind. She would take pictures of like a little hair on the sink, a little hair on the bathtub, something like that, and send it to me on via text like, oh, when are you gonna clean this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bitch, it's a little hair. A small hair that you could pick up and throw in the trash or swipe away and brush it away or whatever. Like, she act like I had mother freaking oil all over the place, my soap all poured out in the bathtub and shit. No, it was a small, like she used to do that. It came to the point where the RA, which is like the resident assistant, I think, I don't know what their names was, but the RA at the time, he had to step in and literally, because I was snapping, I'm like, yo, I do not want to live with this girl anymore. Y'all need to take her out my room. So it came to the point where there's like, oh, they're going to try to move me. They're going to try to move her. And they talking about, oh, it's no available rooms, etc. So I'm like, yo, at this point, I would move. Because I'm finna literally go open her door and I'm about to put my paws on her. Like, I was literally this close to getting suspended. Because I'm not finna play with you, bruh. So the RA had to step in and he had to make us come to like an agreement on paper. Like, oh, I would wash the dishes every 3 weeks and you did that. I'm like, girl, it don't even matter. This girl, I don't give a fuck about no damn agreement. I don't like her and she needs to get out my room because I was here first. So she needs to get the fuck up out of here. So basically, you know, after that, so this is towards like the ending when I got my first apartment in Miami. So I was finally about to move out and have some peace and go into my own space. So basically that day, you know, I was moving out my stuff to my new apartment. And when we had moved the first set of stuff, I came back to her tying my shit. Like, all my shit was from the bathroom was tied and thrown outside. I'm like, oh, you wanna play? You wanna with the bad boys, huh? Okay. So she had my shit tied. I'm like, okay, bitch, you ready for me to go? Bitch, I'm ready for you to get the fuck. You don't know how ready I am to get the fuck up out of here because I don't like you. So this girl, she ready to get the fuck. She ready to push me out. How much shit tied up? So I sent her a message. My ex was like, yo, send her a message, tell her like, yo, don't play with you. So I'm like, yo, why you got my shit tied up? I'm coming to get it. Why you touching my stuff? So she like, oh, you gonna cry like a little girl? Come get your shit and get the fuck up out of here. I'm like, what? I wish I had the receipts, but I have a different phone now, folks, and I have a different number. So the receipts are going. But, so she told me that. I'm like, nah, I was literally at my limit. Everybody who know me, you know it's hard to get me upset. So she pushed me very, very fucking far that day. I rarely get mad. I'm a person, I do not get mad. But she pushed me to that mad. And when you push me to that mad, y'all see my necklace. I don't know if y'all can really see it, but it says Taurus, baby. And when you push the bull is gonna attack you. And that was the day. So she did that. So literally, I waited for her to come back. Like, we were sitting down waiting. Me and my ex were sitting down waiting, like, and you were waiting for her to come back. I'm like, oh, you need to, like, I'm texting her like, yo, come back to the room. And I'm talking to her crazy. So she finally came back. I'm in her face. I snapped on this girl. I never snapped on anybody before like that. I snapped on her so I called her a hoe. Like, she opening her legs for niggas, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you slept with the whole school. I snapped. This girl literally standing there mad quiet. And she's like, and this girl's literally, yo, she's like probably 4'11". I'm a big 6 feet. Why are you trying to play with me? I will step on you. You know what I mean? So she's going back and forth. Like, well, I'm snapping at her. This girl literally like taking steps back. She's taking steps back to move away because she's getting scared. But she wasn't scared when you just sent me that big message, right? So I snapped on her. She had none to say. She was so quiet. I snapped on her so bad. So I'm like, yo, let's fight. I had the microwave in my hand. I'm like, yo, I put the microwave down. Let's fucking fight, ho. I was ready to fight. She was like, no, I don't want to fight. There's no reason to fight at her. But the energy that you brought on text message was different. Now I'm in your face and you got nothing to say. You know what I mean? So my one of my friends at the time, he was like, oh, you know, Fatu, I heard you all the way in the other room. I didn't know I was that loud. But at the time, all I was seeing was red. You know what I mean? Because she pushed me from the day she moved in to the day I was moving out. She pushed me so far ahead. She pushed me so far. You know what I mean? So she ended up, I ended up having a snap. Even one day, I was so petty. We had like a little Christmas party. I told all my friends, let's do it in my place. I don't care about that girl. They said, oh, what about your room? I said, I don't care. She got to get the fuck up out of there that night. Everybody was coming. We doing the little Christmas party. What she and her man did, they left. Exactly. The fuck? Like, please, we was making so much noise. Like, girl, I don't respect you anymore because you never respected me from the beginning. And I was here first, you know? But, you know, that was the only worst roommate, you know, that I ever had in college. All my other years were phenomenal, fantastic. So this girl, she really tried my gangster. You know what I said? She tried my gangster. But that is the end of my story, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, of course. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just you know, I know you guys really like tea and story time, so just let me know. Let me know what type of stories y'all trying to hear, because I got all type of stories, okay? And I am not scared, I'm not afraid, I'm not shy to tell my little story, because what I went through it, so nobody can tell me anything, you know, about it. But thank you guys for tuning into another clip with me, and I will see you guys on the next video.